Hello everyone and welcome to Real Estate Newcastle. My name is Brian Savic and this program is being streamed live and brought to you by iReveal TV. Now I'm lucky enough today to be at Broadmeadow at your agency Real Estate with David Caldwell, Principal and Owner. And today we're covering why sell with David Caldwell and the two problems that we immediately get when we decide to sell our house. The first one being obviously getting the right price for our house, and secondly of all, getting it sold at the right time. Now, things have changed in real estate, and David is going to help us answer those questions. David, welcome to Real Estate Newcastle, and thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Brian. It's lovely to be here.
Thank you so much. And also, thank you for letting me into your agency itself.
Yes, here we are.
I suppose when you knock on a door long enough, someone will eventually let you in. Now, David, tell me, with regards to marketing real estate these days, there has been a lot of changes online, and real estate in itself has changed a lot, and your agency isn't your typical real estate agency, is it?
No, it's not, Brian. No, we've, I suppose, given my background after 12 years in the business, worked for multinational, small business, it's probably a hybrid of every little bit I like about the companies I work for. It is quite different. It is challenging the traditional real estate model, if you like. So, Brian, myself, there's 7 of us under your agency umbrella at the moment. We are licensing and franchising out to other agents. So it is better for the agent, it is challenging the model, but it's also better, I think it's a lot better for the consumer. So what I mean by that is you could be your agency by Brian Savic, you could buy one of our franchises. What that does for you, you keep up to 80% commission in your back pocket, which is far better for you over the traditional schemes. Puts far less pressure on the agent, and also for the consumer, you get to deal 24/7 with the business owner, which they really, really like. A lot of frustration that my clients have had in the past under other franchises is you deal with a secretary or someone else, can never get the agent that you want. You get passed around a little bit. A lot of agents, people believe under the larger franchise you may get a better service, more agents, but I believe it couldn't be further from the truth. Once you list with one agent, that's who you're with from start to finish. With us, you get me 24/7. A lot of changes I've made as well as tailor making the service to suit the client and the property, which I think is really, really important. Instead of sort of one approach fits all or a cookie cutter type mentality, which a lot of them, it's probably not their fault. I mean, I've worked for a lot of the big guys. It's high pressure. There's a lot of properties. You're dealing with 40 or 50 properties at a time, and you've just got to get through them as quick as possible. With us, I don't like to be pushed or rushed. And my clients don't like that either. They like, they like to deal with me from start to finish. They're hands-on through the whole process. They choose and tailor the package they want. Every property is different, Brian, and every seller's got different needs, and every home is very, very different. So I try and tap into what suits each person and keep costs at a minimum. Okay. So one of the advantages, obviously, is in that it's not going to be the same for everybody. Everyone's going to have an actual different campaign as such, because you can't just go to sale and expect every house to sell exactly the same way. You're going to have different approaches. So you've got a particular structure that's going to benefit someone that's walking into your agency from an agent's perspective, and one of the benefits that you've got for the customer that's looking at saying, hey, I want to sell my house today, you've got basically a tailored package for them. But tell me, what are the other ways that people benefit as far as your current clients that you've made sales for currently? How would they benefit in this particular model differently to how they benefit when you work for someone else, for instance? Well, there's many ways, but probably the main features are people do like to deal with one person from start to finish, so that's a big one. We tailor-make all marketing. Everything we do is tailor-made for you, the client, and the property, which is probably the second big point of difference. 3 is price. I think people want a better service and they don't want to pay exorbitant fees. So I've really minimised my overheads, if you like, and we only pay for what we use for that particular client. So I'm probably a lot different on fees as well. I've tried to keep my fees to a really reasonable fee, and very, very high sort of marketing. For me, video is something we do a lot of. Really professional. Everything's outsourced by professional printing companies. So I think if you market to an extremely high level, it's definitely a great investment in the result. So there's some of your major differences.
Well, that is definitely distinctive of a different type of model, really.
Yes.
Because you seem to be, if you're moving towards video, You're obviously catering for the experience for the people that are going to be looking at the property, because if I'm looking at purchasing something, I want to make sure that I see everything about the property that I'm looking at. So you've got a benefit. You've got benefits there for new agents that want to join. You've got benefits there for clients. But what's important to me, if I'm selling my property, is that the days on listing, I think you guys call it. I just call it, hey, when's it going to sell? You know.
Yes.
So what's the average there? What are you looking at?
At the moment, look, the market's very, very busy, so I'm sure all agents have a really, really low days on market, as the agents call it. I mean, my average at the moment is about 9 days from go to woe. So from the day we list the property to the day we sell it is about 9 to 12 days. That is very, very quick. But what people don't realise, that's called that's your premium time to sell in the first 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a huge focus on that. So everything we do is aim to get as many people through the property as we can. So really, really high grade marketing. And then we have a lot of selling strategies to basically extract a premium price from the market. So as you've seen, I just showed you one of my packages. So I'll sit down and spend a lot of time as to what the buyer's going to look like, where we're going to advertise, how we're going to advertise, and I think we can look at what the buyer's going to look like before we even meet them. So days on market are a huge focus with us, which is probably a little bit different to some of the other guys, and that's a really key focus. Another one, Brian, is I try to take on not too many clients. So when I have about, you can probably see on the board, when I've got about 10 properties, my books are pretty much full. I want to focus on less clients, better service, better results, and just move on. So if we're selling properties in 9 days, there's no point. I can have another 10 clients every 9 days as long as I've given them phenomenal service, great result. Testimonial is probably the best way for me. I measure myself on what the testimonial is like from the client.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm probably only as good as my last sale. So it's been very, very good to play.
Well, that's something totally different.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Well, David, I really appreciate your time. Thank you for letting me visit with you at your agency. Hope to see you again very soon. And thank you all for paying attention to us today. And if you have any questions in regards to selling your property or just having a chat to David in regards to possible tips on getting more for your sale and actually selling in a shorter period of time, please don't hesitate to contact your agency and ask for David Caldwell personally. Thank you again for your time, and we'll see you very soon. Thank you.